All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my custom D&D campaigns set in my messed up D&D world I created because I need massive amounts of help. And the people below me might actually need your help tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't actually seen them in combat much, so we'll see. But yeah, ha, everybody. Let me know if weird things are happening audio wise, because weird things are happening on my levels here, and it says things are happening that aren't. I don't know any
You sound
more.
good to me. I think we're arranged incorrectly though with our names right
Oh
now.
yeah, I forgot to fix that. You don't mind
Oops.
being owie, do you?
I mean, it's a great name. I just don't want to confuse anyone.
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm still learning this whole everything.
Listen, I have to fix something every stream, and so like, you're not a real streamer unless something's wrong when you start.
I guess so. Um,
It's funny. I was muted because I was trying to convey to you that everything sounded fine on the stream, not realizing I was muted on Zoom.
Well, that'll be an issue.
yeah, I used to do that to sound text just to annoy them. There we go. Yeah, sound check. They're like, shut up, Jody, or stop, shut, just speak. Yeah. So if this is your first time showing up, this game, specifically this session, is a little bit different than a lot of the ones you'll see on stream. In the idea that chat actually has an impact on the game itself. And it's not through, bits or donations or anything like that. It's all done through channel points. It's 100% for free. And you can do everything from give them inspiration, give them rerolls, cast first level spells on them if they need it, give them potions and things like that. Or, as we are dealing with tonight, you can do things like add monsters to combat, or help design a boss encounter, which is what we're dealing with tonight. Yeah, if you're interested in being a part of the game, just click on the TJ Tales button at the bottom of chat, and it will show you the various ways you can use your TJ Tales to do stuff here. So, with that, do we have any announcements or anything fancy happening for anybody before we get into the game?
I would just like to say, I feel like if Elias isn't here, like, didn't we already defeat him? Like, does this need to be a thing?
Yeah, totally. And if it wasn't for the fact that he has a show he's doing right now, I'm sure he would be here.
Inconsiderate. That's all I have to say.
I told him years ago that it was just rude that he decided to
Rude.
stream at the exact same time that I did. Except I think I may have switched the days into his time slot, but we're not going
Oh,
to talk about that. Because I used to stream on Tuesdays and changed it so I could watch Power Rangers.
listen,
Because
you gotta
I'm
do what you gotta do.
5. I do have a couple new commands. with everyone here. If you do want to follow these guys, I've actually put their Twitter links in the chat. And at any time you guys want to, if you just type !Veil to Twitter, it will actually populate all their Twitters. And if you type !Veil streams, it will actually link you to both Dayan streams and Evan streams. Mostly because, as of right now, I don't think Imp or Katie stream. But if they do start streaming, I will add them to that as well. So yeah, anytime you want to see these guys outside of this crazy game, you always can.
I don't stream. I harass Jody on his other game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, harassing me is a full-time job. You don't want to spread yourself too thin. Yeah. So, if that is everything, I think it's the time for us to traverse the veil. On Vox's landing, the crew decided they needed to add one more to their crew and picked up a young dragonborn. While there, they looked for work to help fund things like docking fees and food. After an initial pitch that didn't go to plan, they did eventually find a gentleman that needed to transport to Empyreus, the capital of the Tempest sovereignty. As they were finalizing the details, a few larger creatures came in, attempting to take away their new fare. After some tricky hijinks and some misdirection, they were able to escape with their new fare and head in the direction of Empyreus, thinking they were in the clear. During the voyage, the crew started to get to know each other a little bit better, especially the newest crew member, and started speaking with their guests to find out more of the things they might have to worry about. Suddenly something strange happened. The ship began lurching without anything there to cause it. And the crew suddenly found themselves to be at the mercy of a giant sky leviathan, a creature heretofore never seen or spoken of. Through some quick thinking and expert teamwork, along with trusty use of the autopilot rope, the crew is able to get away from this massive behemoth and continued sailing on the veil. Eventually, as the crew was traveling, a strange sound appeared, and a green dragon flew towards the ship, and a rider landed on it. The rider carrying a strange double-bladed weapon and a stern expression. And that is where we ended last week. I'm getting really good at ending that little spiel right at the end of this song. as you are all on the top deck of the ship, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, this figure with his large double-bladed weapon standing menacingly before you, rubs his bald head, kind of sighs in an exasperated manner.
Sure.
Says, I'm here for the High Elf. Let's not make this a bigger deal than it needs to be.
Okay, bye.
And he brings up a hand and just places his palm on his face.
We're very accommodating. I have a question which I immediately... You give me 2 weeks, I get a lot of questions I like to break down.
Sure.
However, I understand meta versus game. I would like to roll... I understand I might not get a chance. I don't have background stat in it. To insight this guy to try and break him down, from what I can tell, because he's in a dragon armor. I don't know if he means literal dragon hide.
From what you can see, he is wearing a green, what looks like full plate.
In a green plate mail.
But the material that it's made of looks to be dragon hide or something very similar. It's obviously not metal or steel or anything like that.
So actual dragon scales.
Possibly. It's not quite. It's unique to say the least. Because some of you may have seen like dragon scale armor and things like that, and other than being extremely valuable and expensive, it's very obviously like a chainmail or something similar to that, with the dragon scales added on to improve the defense. This actually looks like forged dragon skin, which isn't really possible because dragon skin isn't a metal. It doesn't work like metal does. So
when magic is involved.
So this guy's got some resources.
Yeah. So a couple of quick questions. So he riding a dragon?
He came in on a relatively large green dragon.
Yeah.
Currently, you don't see the green dragon anymore.
Oh, it took off.
Yeah, it came over. He jumped off.
You did say it landed.
He landed. It came over. He jumped off of it and continued flying. With the fact that there really isn't any sort of obstructions on the horizon, it is slightly disconcerting that you can't see the dragon because there's nothing for it to hide behind. But as of right now, you can't see it.
The veil. I mean, you have to go down to a certain level, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah. Because I have like various questions. So, because I thought I was under the impression it landed on the ship, but it did not land on the ship. So I was wondering if it was like an adult or a young dragon.
If you wanted to make me a history check, you can see if you can recognize its rough age. Again, the difference between an adult and a young dragon is still 70 or 80 years.
Do I get advantage on this for reasons? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm going to say no. Simply because this is a different thing. So, without getting too specific.
May I also roll a history check?
Yeah, sure.
For dragon-related reasons.
Sure.
And consider. And let's do a three-way here. While they're both doing that, could I possibly do an Arcana check to see if the dragon is using some kind of magical means to stay hidden?
Sure, if you want to theorize as to what spells it might use. Yeah, sure.
I rolled the right skill check. I got lower. So,
For Arcana, I got 14.
Okay. There are many spells that a dragon could use to conceal itself, if it wanted to. Additionally, there are quite a few dragons that are known to have the ability to polymorph. And a small enough creature in the vastness that is the Veil would be effectively invisible as well. So there's lots of different ways it could have hidden itself through magic. You don't really know which one it might have used, if it used any at all.
Okay, with that in mind, like where are all of us like standing in relation to each other as this guy landed? Because I'm assuming I've been at the helm this entire time.
Well,
on that upper deck, but where's everyone else?
Get back to that question in just a second here. How about my history checks from Aoi and Smegwick?
7 for me. I also have one other question, but I'll wait.
Okay.
Same.
All right, so but between the two of you, it was remarkably fast. You didn't really get a good enough look. You're relatively certain it wasn't a young dragon, because it was large enough for this relatively heavy-looking knight to fly on it.
Well, because
Because
I know games where it's wormling, young, adult.
Young adult.
Yeah, you think that
I got 7.
Yeah, the best you can say it's not a wormling, and it may not be a young dragon, but beyond that, you really don't know. Again, it came in really fast and then it disappeared, and you guys were kind of preoccupied by the dude with the giant double sword. So
Yeah.
That's my next question. The double. Now you said he's a human.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very. It's a double-bladed scimitar.
No, it is it effectively is a handle about that big, and on each side of the handle is a full-length sword. It has a slight curve to it, kind of similar to maybe like a falchion, but not the kind of thin, agile blade that you would see with a scimitar. This is a heavy, weighted blade.
So like a naginata?
A little bigger than a naginata, and there's one on each side. So
Okay.
Okay. Because I was wondering under context for that, but if that's not if it's not like what I was thinking of, okay, so that answers that question. Okay.
Yeah. Thus far, I don't think any of you have ever seen this particular weapon, because
I was wondering its origin, but
yeah, this is an extremely not only a unique weapon, but it's also something that's not seen on this plane almost at all. It's a creation of the prime material plane. So, yeah, this is a very much a unique situation for you guys. So
okay.
So fucking Eladrins.
Well, high elf did not Eladrin, slight difference.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So to kind of get into the more mechanical aspects, in roll to 20, if you guys have that open, you should see your ship. If you go to the journal section, you should see your character there. And if you click and drag on the name of your character and drag it over to the map. That will put a mini on there for you. You can go ahead and put your figure wherever you feel that they would be.
Should I have a mini or an icon? Because I dragged
Icon works just as well.
Okay.
Just something that shows you.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Sorry, I've never used Roll20. I see the ship.
Okay.
So that's something.
So on the right side where chat is, there's a bunch of icons above it. The third one from the left looks like a little newspaper.
It might be
there.
It might
Yes,
be
up there, yes.
second one because you're a DM and we're players.
Yeah. It's second. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Newspaper. I found the newspaper.
All right, click on that, and then you should see a thing that says day on it.
Yes.
Just hold, click on your name and hold, and just drag it over to the ship. And your mini should appear there.
Attempting. Oh, I put myself there twice. Okay.
That's
I didn't realize that was me. Okay, great.
Eventually, we can change your minis to whatever you want. These are just ones that I picked randomly, so that you'd have something. And then that there is that dude. Sorry, folks, if you're getting a little bored with this. Normally, I have an overlay so you could watch all this stuff. I don't have it set up yet, so this is just getting people situated with this. And we'll go from there. So, so you guys all are kind of dealing with this guy. He seems kind of indifferent to you, and while his presence itself has kind of a threatening nature to it, like he's a big guy.
Now, where is he on the ship?
He is right here.
Oh, that's okay.
That's him right there. He has kind of an intimidating presence. He doesn't seem particularly worried about you guys at all. In fact, he seems more kind of annoyed than anything else.
Annoyed with us, or annoyed that he has to be here?
You're not really
little column B.
You're not really sure of his precise motivations. The expression he has on his face is definitely annoyance.
He just wants to be home, eating his Cheerios.
Possibly, if Cheerios exist.
This strikes me as the kind of guy who has a mug of his own face he drinks from.
Love you, Elias.
Right now, Elias.
Yeah. So he's the little figure at the. Is this the back or the front of the boat? That's the back of the boat. Okay.
Now, I'm standing at the back because that's where the helm is.
This is the wheel.
Yeah, so we can use cardinal directions. You have the west side, the east, the north, and the south.
Sure.
The helm is on the south. And he is chilling near the west side of the lower part of the top deck. So as he stands there and just kind of staring at all of you, if it's not too much trouble, would you please go retrieve him so I can go back?
What do you want with him?
I don't. I don't want him at all.
Who hired you?
Not really hired. I am on retainer. I was told get him, bring him back, so this is why I am here.
Now, that might be a little bit difficult. I mean, we have a contract to handle his travel, so I hate for us to be the kind of people that would have to break a contract.
Your contract is null and void since it violates a contract already created by the gentleman in question that he broke. So, sorry. I hope you got paid up for front.
I'm sorry. The individual in question, which may or may not be on our ship, he broke a contract?
I don't know the details. I know he made an agreement. He welched on the agreement. They went and got me.
I'm insight checking this guy.
Same.
Just sure.
I mean, I don't think he has a reason to lie, but I will.
I would like to know who you are on retainer for, just so we know
Howie, please
who we're
tell me you
dealing
rolled
with.
high, because I got a 10.
I didn't roll much better. 11.
Okay.
What? 21.
For Aoi and Reggie, this guy is stone-faced. You've got no idea if he believes anything he's saying, to be perfectly honest. Nothing bleeds through. For Smegwick, this guy is just stone-faced.
Micro expressions.
Nothing you see indicates any deception. Nothing you see indicates any truthfulness. Nothing you see indicates anything. Having only met this person today, you're not sure if maybe having him speak more and getting to know him more would make it easier. But as of right now, you have no reason to believe he's lying.
Well, it sounds like this is a matter for the courts to decide. So clearly, what we should be doing is taking this before the magistrate to our nearest stop, to our nearest location stop.
Disregard the courts.
Oh, now that right there is something that may not sit well with us. I mean, how can we be so sure that you are who you say you are if you want to avoid the courts?
I truly do not care
Well, sir,
what
I'm
you
sorry,
think
but yes.
of my legitimacy.
Well, your legitimacy's in question. We are law-abiding citizens, and here you are saying us to disregard the law.
No, you're not.
We have not broken any laws.
Yes, you have.
But you see, good sir, just as you don't care about us, we don't really care about you.
I am going to. Since I don't have an icon for Spitwit, I'll just draw a little thing here.
Oh yeah, he's there too.
Yeah, a good DM probably would have made.
A cute little pseudo dragon icon.
Yeah. But we'll deal with that later.
So I'll have him. I'm gonna have Spitwit not be near me. I'll have him keeping up a spot like the crow's nest for right now.
Okay.
Give me a little point view down.
Did he say who he worked from, or no? For who he
No.
worked, or who he was on?
He hasn't. He doesn't seem to have said anything about it.
Well, it appears that we are in an impasse. I do not know if you're intending any hostile actions that we will have to meet in kind, seeing as how you are on our ship.
Hold on.
You have not broken any laws, despite what you're saying.
Want to know, because, Elias, this information decides whether we just hand him to you and you get to leave, or if we make it difficult. So please tell us who you are on retainer for, And perhaps it'll be worth it to just hand him over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't argue with the captain.
that's not gonna happen. And you watch as he picks up his blade and swings it in a large arc. And I'd like everyone to roll for an initiative for me.
If we have to.
Ah, dang it.
Does anyone have Chipotle? If we throw it in the water, maybe he'll jump in.
I will die for the Chipotle.
Lovely.
That's a second 19 for the night. Okay, cool.
I got a 6.
Ooh,
Get
a
all
7!
your 19s out of the way now.
Well, I got
All
a 19. It's total 22.
let's start with Owie. What did you get?
7.
Gotcha. So this is Smegwick.
22.
Reggie.
6.
And Karen.
8. Forgot to add my +1.
Right then. Before anyone can act, I can't read my own writing.
Oh crap, we forgot about the dragon.
Yeah.
It flew around. It's in my forethought, but hoping it's just flying around.
All right. So before anyone can act, he does this massive spin with this double blade, and as he swings it, you guys see the blade itself start to emit this kind of green liquid that travels out further and goes towards both the captain and Owie. So we'll start with the captain. That's going to be a bad roll. Does a 15 hit your armor class? Karen?
Oh, sorry. I thought I started Owie. Armor class is 13, so yeah.
Okay. You take 8 slashing damage plus 7 poison damage. And Owie.
Was there no save to see about taking poison damage? It's automatic.
Yep, just automatic.
Ow!
I'll just yell poison.
Does a 17 hit your armor class, Owie?
It does, but as a reaction, I'm going to use shield.
Okay. So you watch as he spins, and again, the blade itself doesn't actually connect with either of you two, but this kind of greenish liquid comes off and cuts just as deeply as a blade would. As he spins around, and as he spins around, you also watch as wings sprout from his back, and you see his skin takes on a slightly more reptilian countenance. Cool. That brings us to Smegwick, and I have music for this. There. Now everything is all cool, and that's a little too loud.
You can finally hear it.
I can hear it too.
Yeah, the joys of roll to 20. Smegwick. What would you like to do? You are muted.
I clicked it. Yeah. Okay. This guy, I don't like him and his very punchable face. I got a shot there, so yeah. I should now. If I'm here, I have a straight. I can still see him unobstructed. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I will just go over here then.
That upper part there is about 10 feet up. So.
Okay. I just want to know if that wasn't I could see him finding it a clear shot.
Yeah.
If not, I would have could stay there. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna go up here. I am. gotta learn spell economy when you're a warlock, so I'm not gonna hold off on doing anything super spiffy, and I am just gonna. Yeah, I'm just going to Eldritch Blast him. Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch.
I got 2 shots at this level. First shot. That's a 25.
All right, that hits.
And second shot will be a dirty 20.
But both of those hit. Go ahead and
Sweet.
roll damage.
First one will be, ooh, that's nice. That'll be 13 points of force damage. And the second shot will be 9 points of force damage. And since this guy has such a very punchable face, why don't we just go ahead and add on Fury of the Small?
Hey!
So hold on a
that's
second.
Sure.
Math is hard. Total of 22 damage.
22, I believe. I'm sorry, I had to clear it and see my stuff.
So 9 and the 13 is 22. Cool. Go ahead and add your extra damage.
And that's an extra 5 points of damage on top of that.
Okay.
There will be a point later in this campaign where Reggie has to yeet Smegwick right at a guy's face.
Nice.
I'm that durable, pal. I'm just durable compared to you.
All right, so you watch as Smegwick kind of runs up the stairs to the upper deck where the helm is. He sits there. What do you use as a focus?
It is a... I don't know if I have to hold it. I thought I just had to have it in my presence. It is a copper snail shell.
In general, you need an open hand to actually interact with the focus, because that replaces your material components.
Yeah.
So you watch as he kind of grips it and points his hand, and these bolts of energy go off and just strike Elias, the Dragon Knight.
Kind of a purplish, kind of a greenish purplish eldritch blast.
Okay. As both of them hit him, he kind of looks down at the little impact marks on his armor, and then just looks up at you.
Did all the damage hit him, or did he shrug some of it off?
It seemed to do. You
I
don't have any.
That was answered.
It seemed like it hit him. You don't have any reason to think it didn't.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
That's problematic. Anything else? Not as yeah. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. With a sigh, you see his newly spreaded wings flap and beat against the deck as he ascends into the air and flies right next to you.
Oh, great. I was going to ask, is there any way I can get control of the pseudo-dragon?
You should... it helps if I actually do it correctly. You should have control now.
Nope.
Do you see him under the character screen?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Go ahead and drag him on then.
Sweet,
Apparently,
cool.
if I drag him on for you, it doesn't like it.
Okay.
Aw.
He'll be up top in the crow's nest. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I guess he's going to come and hit me then.
Yeah. But before he does that, Owie, do you
Hey.
want... Or actually, no, Karen's first. Numbers are hard, especially when all the numbers are really close, and I have to figure out, well, is 7 bigger than 8? It's so confusing.
They're very close. How far? I am... Oh, how do you see those feet? How did you see that? What was that?
Each square is
someone was-
5 feet, if that makes things easier. So
Oh, someone was just like, I saw like on the...
there's a
beyond, like, it was,
tool
like-
on here that lets you do that. It should be on the upper left-hand.
I see. Okay. I say that I'm gonna throw one of my javelins
Wait, I
at
think
him.
he's saying you got an attack of opportunity.
No, she doesn't.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just your turn. I'm sorry. I
it's my
misunderstood.
turn. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not his turn. He just decided to fly at the end of your turn. As bosses sometimes do.
I feel like I'm still.
Gave him legendary actions. God damn it.
It's a boss fight. That's how you do them.
Oh, bosses get legendary. Gah!
Is he? I don't know. I don't know if I see him on the map, or I know which
He's this
one he
dude.
is. Oh, that little brown dragon. I thought that was a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
That's yeah. Go ahead and
Yeah, I'm throwing my javelin. I'm throwing a javelin. I have a few. I think I have a few of them. I'm throwing one. I have
Yep.
4. I'm throwing one.
So you guys watch as Karen pulls out a javelin, kind of lines up the shot, takes it out, hurls it.
Do I have to roll for?
You can if
I'm
you've
not
got
used to being. I'm not used to not being a magical. I'm always used to doing magic.
yeah for ranged attacks for a javelin you're gonna roll d20 and then add your proficiency bonus and your strength mod.
Okay, I rolled a 13, and then it says +7 in the hit DC. Do I add that?
Yep, that's exactly what you add.
Perfect. So 20, and then
Yep,
do I add anything else or just
nope,
that?
just that. It's a d20 plus your +7. So 20 does hit his armor class. So go ahead and roll the damage.
1d6 plus 4. Come here.
So you guys watch as the javelin arcs over the railing, goes in and strikes him right in the back, beside one of his wings.
I rolled a 5 plus 4, so 9.
9. Cool. Again, he kind of moves his shoulder and kind of looks at you with an evil expression. Anything else you wanted to do?
You get 1 attack or 2? I don't know which barbarian.
I did not go into a Barbarian Rage, so I think that...
It says you have 2 attacks. You have to
Attacks
break
per
2 of them?
action, 2. Oh, okay.
With
Sorry,
the
again,
thrown
new
weapons,
to this kind
because you can only draw one weapon as part of your attack action,
Yeah.
that would limit you to only being able to throw one javelin per turn without a feat. So.
Okay, so then as a bonus action, I will go into a Barbarian Rage.
Okay, so you guys see after the
Like the
Dragon Knight
rage!
just kind of shakes off the javelin, you see the rage build inside Karen. She lets out this unearthly scream. You see her muscles start to bulge. Her eyes go bloodshot. She's thirsting for combat.
Yes, a captain. Look at that. Look at Lias. See.
Reggie's just kind of like watching her. He goes like, "She is gorgeous."
And as that happens, the Dragon Knight again goes into this large spin with poison blades coming off of his rather large sword. And well, that's a nat 20 against Reggie. Does a nat 20 hit your armor class?
Reggie?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Does this weapon have reach?
This particular attack does.
Oh, god damn.
It's one of the reasons he keeps using it.
Does
That's how he hit both Aoi and, or he tried to hit both Aoi and Karen.
Does he have, the chat inspiration?
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Well, that wouldn't do anything, so.
I don't really know what those are used for.
It'll give you basically any. In this case, it's game inspiration, and
Okay.
anything that involves a D20, you want to declare beforehand if you're using it. That way, you can just it's basically you get advantage on a save, an attack.
So, Reggie, you take 12 slashing damage plus 14 poison damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Darn.
That's what happened to use Constitution as your dump stat, Reggie.
Protect the squishy!
So as you guys watch him do this again, you watch as the blade of poison hits Reggie really hard, knocking him away from the wheel as he collapses to the ground. At the same time, does a 15 hit your armor class, Smegwick?
No, it does not.
So at the same time, the blade spins around and starts coming at you, and you immediately duck to the ground as quickly as you can as this wave of steel and poison goes right over your head.
Draconic resilience, son of a bitch.
That ends that. Owie, what would you like to do?
Okay, I need to get better.
So this would be a good time to mention to chat. If you would like to get involved in the game at all, you can do things like. Why is my mouse not working? Thank you, my mouse. You can do things like send a healing potion to a member of the party. I don't know which member you would want to send a healing potion to. But you are more than welcome to do that whenever using TJ Tales. So yeah. Anyway, Owie, what you wanted to do?
I'm going to go to a better vantage point and shoot a firebolt to the bad guy.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, don't fail me now. That's a natural 20!
Not bad. So, Owie, you guys watch as Owie kind of rushes along the deck. You see her start concentrating. She pulls her sword, and from the tip of the blade shoots this bolt of fire that strikes him squarely in the chest. How much damage do you do?
I'm about to roll it. Okay. 10, 13, 8, 21, 26 points of fire.
All right, math is hard.
He has resilience to resistance.
All right, so again, you guys see that he hits it, and you see it leaves this kind of scorch mark. You see him kind of rub it a little bit. Another really long, loud sigh. Picks up his double blade. Anything else you wanted to do, Owie?
No, but I ring my physical shield for the next attack.
Okay. As he sits there and sighs, he takes his double blade out and he grips it in both hands and just whips it really quickly towards you, Smegwick. He gets a 10. Does a 10 hit your armor class?
No.
I think they call that plot armor.
I don't have plot armor.
Yeah, so as he whips this blade at you, again, you just kind of dodge out of the way. But you can feel not only the wind from the blade itself, but your eyes sting just a little bit.
That acrid kind of crap coming off the blade.
Mm-hmm. And the gust that it creates, you're starting to get the idea of just how heavy a weapon this is, and you're relatively certain you don't want to be hit by it. With that, Reggie, I need a death save from you.
Okay, what's the DC?
It's just a straight D20 roll, and if it's a 10 or higher, it is a success.
Okay, that's a failure then.
Okay, so you have one failure. Then it's the Dragon Knight's turn.
Just FYI, rolling a 20 is really good on a death save. Rolling a 1 is really bad on a death save.
I would prefer not to have a dead character in the third session. So, just keep that in mind as you're rolling.
Worst case scenario, I got like 20 other characters I can use.
Yeah, but I like
really
your
was
character.
wanting to use Reggie for a campaign.
Yeah.
Chat, how much do you like Reggie? Your channel points could dictate that.
Yeah. We have a chat right now.
Yeah. Elias just kind of looks around and is like, and he goes and he takes 2 swings at Sister Smegwick. See if I can hold. Well, you're the closest good guy.
AC is 16. Yeah, you meet it.
All right. So you take 8 points of slashing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
Okay, so that's 11 points total. Okay.
Yeppers.
Okay.
And the
yeah, go ahead. You might as well.
second attack is a lot higher. 22.
Yeah.
Then another 8 point slashing to the 3 point poison damage. As he goes and he whips both ends of the blade around, brings it down.
8 and 3.
8 and 3. Yep.
That's another 11.
Yeppers. For monsters in general, I will almost always just use the average damage because it's a lot faster. As he sits there, he puts the blade down. He's like, "Are we done with this? Your friend needs help. I have the thing.
I just do this like
do."
And you make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure.
Dexterity saving throw. Let's see, DC 16.
Well, he gets a 15, but he's going to decide to save anyways.
Yeah, great. You're still going to take some damage, you son of a...
Yeppers.
11 points of damage, so that would be 5.
Math is hard.
And whatever, yeah. So that's he made a save. So,
this is Hellish
2.
Rebuke.
Yeah, Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. So as you guys just see there, and you see him just kind of explode with this fiery anger. You watch the flames kind of lick his armor, and as he kind of shields himself, he brings the blade down, and you watch it go down a little bit harder than it has before. You see he's breathing really heavily.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm sorry, he made his attack on me. This is my reaction. I'm paused.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So he's sitting there. He's breathing kind of hard. You are much more annoying than I originally thought.
Not the first time I heard that. Won't be the last.
Smegwick, it's actually your turn.
Yeah. So I just go like, bye. Bonus action. Nimble escape to play yakety sax and run. 10, 15, 20. Actually, I'll just go like there. Yeah, right there. And I'll take 2 shots at Eldritch Blast again.
All right.
And first one.
So
21.
Yep, it definitely hits. You guys watch as he kind of ducks out of the way. The Dragon Knight starts to pick up his blade, and he's just gone too quickly. As he's running away, he fires off to 2 Eldritch blasts. The first one
hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll roll them individually since I know I'm sure he has loads more hit points, but I'll go ahead and get the damage on that one. And that is 8 points of damage on that blast. Right. And then my second blast, 19.
Barely hits.
Whew. This guy's got a high AC. Couldn't tell because of all that armor. That's 9 points of damage.
Right.
And then I will use my remaining movement to go behind, and just go behind the captain right here, and pat the captain on the back, going like, "You got this, kid."
As you guys are standing there, look at him. The 2 blasts hit him in the chest, and you see the armor crack just ever so slightly. And you watch him go down, and actually go down to one knee.
Oh, I wanted to take it off his corpse.
You are far more annoying than was previously described to me.
I kind of tug the captain on the back of her clothing. I don't know if she's wearing a jerkin or something. Or I guess go like, someone gave a description about us.
Anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
On that, I relinquish control.
So as he's sitting there and he's looking at all of you, you watch him get up, sigh one more time, and he starts walking towards the back of the ship. He climbs in a single bound. He climbs up onto the back rail, and you watch him
guys?
just step off.
Oh.
Ah, jeez.
And then you hear the sound of
know.
beating wings as you see a green dragon burst forth from beneath the veil and fly off into the distance. You hear over the air, "This isn't over."
What? I can't. What? I can't hear you. Let me turn it up. For what?
I'm gonna go on a walk around the ship until my barbarian rage cools off because
I just pat and go. Captain, Reggie, and I just immediately run to.
Yeah.
Because Reggie's still down.
I'm like doing like the classic like dead Yamcha pose like ship.
I have no healing abilities, so I will be rageful elsewhere.
Stabilize.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll a medicine check for me.
Please.
I'm running through all my stuff. I want to make sure if I whether or not I bought a healer's kit. I probably didn't. Need a check. Nope, I did not. Okay. Medicine.
In there.
Of course now. Yeah, he's gone. The Dragon Rider left. I rolled a nat 20.
Hey, that works. I'll say
You guys were just shy.
instead of stabilizing, as Reggie or not Reggie, as Smegwick sits there and he's like, "Come on, you're not gonna die," and he just kind of slams on your chest like, "Oh!"
This is strangely therapeutic.
As soon as he gets that 1 pound on my chest that like kicks in, I just instantly sit up in a gasp and we bonk heads.
Thud.
I catch you. Your constitution is crap. I catch your head.
Oh.
So you both are there.
You've done this before with me.
Reggie,
You've come to expect it.
you have 1 hit point and are conscious.
Okay.
You okay?
Oh, did we win?
Not really. He got away.
Oh.
I wasted my good 20 on you.
And I am forever grateful for you, my dear friend. I try to stand up and my legs buckle beneath me as I am very sore and in pain, and I just fall right back down.
I tried to stabilize my can't exactly pick him up, but I can have him try to lean on me just for support.
Oh, thank you, kind lady.
No problem.
While Reggie's getting dusted off, I call down below. Okay, a win.
Actually, I think I got my second win. I have got to watch this.
You see a one of the guards come up. Arthur goes,
He's gone.
"No, he's resting right now. He should not be disturbed. It's been a very
God! Oh my God, Arthur! I'm serious. Did you actually miss all that? I point to Reggie, who's like jacked up.
I'm just standing there like nothing happened. Like, ha!
This is the second time I've seen you all with.
I point directly at Arthur. Do you know a guy named Elias? Dragon Rider Knight guy named Elias?
A whole crap ton of green.
No.
Oh,
What is wrong with you?
Insight check this guy.
Me
Insight
too.
check this guy.
Okay.
Ditto.
I'm gonna like come walk back around. I'd like to just shove past him and walk into the room.
Okay,
Just watch
so you're
my
watching as
visual
Arthur's just really confused by everything. The captain just like hits him harder than probably she intended to, because he spins. He's like,
We got questions for you, boss. I follow the captain.
So, for those of you that rolled insight, what were your checks?
17.
Okay,
I rolled no.
you rolled no. Okay.
I also wrote no.
So you guys are still trying to figure out how in the world he could have missed that. Owie. Wow. I'm going to choke to death for just a second.
Take your time.
Wow, something went down the wrong tube.
As we're marching down CKL, when I felt like, I don't know what they're paying you, but it's too much.
So as you two are just kind of flabbergasted by this, Owie, as you look at him, he seems genuinely confused. This doesn't seem to be any sort of act. He really has no idea what you guys are talking about. And with a 17, you would also know, like, he seems really worried about the fact that every time he sees Reggie, he has new cuts and scars in his clothing.
Reggie, we gotta get you on some iron supplements or something, pal.
Yeah, Reggie doesn't even respond to that. He's actually just kind of looking down because now he's actually like thinking about his placement in the world.
So Arthur seems completely flabbergasted. What would you guys like to do?
Reggie, are you okay to take the wheel?
Yeah, piloting is still something I can apparently do. And I just walk back above deck and I just kind of like grab the wheel with a sulk.
Something's not right about this. And I go join the others.
Okay, I'll win.
I've like, am I in the room with him? I pushed past a. Where am I right now?
Well, you've just gotten to the mid deck. So you just come down the stairs. You see the little kind of common area. To the north is where all the crew rooms are, except for yours, which is on the top deck. You assume he's on the lower deck in the passenger berths. So if you want to go down there, you can, or you can continue walking around to chill out. Though by this point, your rage would have subsided.
Yeah, I'm busting in. No manners. I'm going.
Okay. So you all make it to the cargo deck, and you kind of burst into the room down there, and you see to the two other guards just kind of standing guard, and as they watch Karen, as they see you coming with this look of determination on their face, you see them both hesitate for just a second, trying to figure out if they want to try and impede you or not, and that's all you really need to burst through. As you do, you see Kaelwyn on one of the on the top bunk of one of the two sets of bunk beds in this room, and as you come in and you slam the door, on the bunk bed. He lets out a yelp and falls out of the bunk bed onto the ground. And he kind of looks up at you. Oh, are we there now already?
I'm gonna walk over and like pick him up, set him down,
Ah!
and I'm gonna be like, when we took on your passage and we had to escape the guys at the bar, I chalked it up to a mistake. But when a guy flies out of the sky on a dragon and lands on my ship and asks me for you and then attacks me and my crew, I gotta think something else is going on. So whose contract did you break and what kind of trouble are you actually in? Otherwise, I'm handing you over to the dragon guy the next time he shows up.
His name was Elias, by the way.
Know
him.
Well,
He recognizes the name, doesn't he?
As of this particular point, he's trying to come to terms with the fact that the captain is still holding him above where his legs can touch the ground. So he's just kind of dangling there in a nightshirt. He's like, if you could put me down, perhaps we could talk about this, because certainly the
You seem to be able to talk up there.
To talk about contracts. See, there wasn't really a contract. There was just, he was simply he offered me some money, and I needed it, and all he really said I needed to do was to stay away. But then someone sent bad men to try and kill me, and then the other one said, well, those things happen, and they weren't his men, but then they were. Then the new men came, and they were his men, and they were there for my protection, but they weren't really protecting me, and I felt that it was just a bad idea, and so I called my dad, and then there was a message spell, and I don't know how it works, and then he sent the guards, and they went and they got me, and I got away, but then they didn't get me away, and then now I'm here.
Anyone else catch that?
Calm down and tell us the truth. I say with
I have told you the truth.
Most of that was
I am going
verbally,
to daggers at him.
most of that was verbally quiet. Okay, first of all, what was the contract for?
There was no contracts. There was this big, scary man. He said that my father was causing them issues, and then that if I would just stay here, then they would be able to tell my father they had me kidnapped, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything. And I said okay, because if I didn't, they were going to really kidnap me, and everything was going fine for weeks. And then these men showed up, and they killed the other men, but then they came for me, and well, I fought them off valiantly, kind of.
You did, Jack, and you know it. Okay, so I point to the guards. Okay, so you guys rescued him from pseudo-kidnapping, which seems to be contractual extortion.
And finally, Arthur comes down, and having heard a lot of this, because this guy's voice carries, he goes, "We didn't know any of this. We just got a call from the local Marine chapter. They said take this guy to the capital, use unregistered transport. When we went to go get him, there were other guys there. There was an argument. We silenced them, and then we took him. That's all we know."
Did anyone here, and I'm looking at all the guards, I'm looking at Arthur, looking at Kaelin, anyone run into a dragon rider calling himself Elias?
And they all kind of look at you weird.
Very punchable face.
A dragon rider?
Apparently he's on retainer, and they were able to call him in, and he came here to fetch you. Reggie is up top right now, steering the ship. He got cut up like friggin' deli meat for a second.
I don't know.
And the guy left when he realized we were a little bit more challenging. He was informed about us, by the way.
There haven't been dragons in the sovereignty in, I don't know, 400, 500 years at the least?
Look at me. Look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy that would mistake a dragon from something that's not?
Yeah,
Do you want that answer truthfully?
I got another hellish rebuke welled up inside me. Do you really want to test me?
Listen, we never met any dragons, any dragon riders. Again, we picked up the kid. We were supposed to take him. Someone sabotaged the last ship. We hired you guys.
Sabotage? I looked at the captain.
Hey,
Sabotage the last ship?
Yeah,
wait
we
a
were on
second.
a much nicer ship.
Hey!
It was a ship that could fly.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Someone went and sabotaged the ship. It couldn't fly anymore, and it wasn't outfitted for traditional sailing. So we could continue on that ship and staying on Vox's landing for any long period of time.
Is there a dead crew, or did they just not go in the veil? It didn't go beneath the veil.
No, it's still floats. It just
Out of character,
couldn't
Smeg was like, I did not hear anything about a ship being lost below. Okay.
Yeah, every so often the flying ships, because it's really complicated magic, and you can run out of fuel. Any ships that can fly are also built to float. So if it loses flight, as long as it's not like super high and falls,
and coming
400
and
feet.
Yeah.
They normally can kind of get to a port.
So that's why our ship seemed to be sabotaged on the lower deck.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, we found something like some parts of the veil were leaking through to our stockholders.
I don't know anything about that. I can vouch for my men. We wouldn't sabotage anything. To be perfectly honest, from what you did describe, sabotaging the ship would probably end up with us dying along with anyone else on the ship.
Okay, alright. Like, Smegwick's like, okay, alright, enough. Okay.
I mean, I take my oath seriously, but... And he kind of brings you in closer. This kid isn't worth dying for.
Well, unfortunately, he's worth dying for us, so we can get a freaking payday. Otherwise, it's worse for us.
Well,
Here's the problem. Okay, here's the thing. Knight Rider Elias with a very punchable face was given a description of us. The Goliaths could have given a description, because whoever the crime... There's any number of crime families up on Fox's Landing that could have been who they worked for. And if these guys rescued Kaelin, whoever was holding him, the Goliaths came to fetch him. We didn't kill those guys, so it stands to reason they were the ones that gave the description.
It's possible. The Barons run Vox's Landing pretty tight, and information is extremely valuable. It's just as possible an urchin on the street sold your descriptions for a meal. I mean...
That or anything's more viable. Those are that's the second most viable.
Do you have any agreements with the information brokers on Foxes to?
Well, not anyone's bad side of Foxes.
Yeah. Never mind. Well, if they know...
Right now, currently, you guys are on the bad side of someone unblocks us. We were sitting pretty. We took a job to escort you.
Finding a ship in the open Vale is incredibly difficult. Unless they have
a dragon.
You're still talking about miles and miles and miles of open Vale. I mean, especially with a ship this small, it's like finding a needle in a haystack that's surrounded by a larger haystack.
Any number, it's like Smeg will then start talking shop. Any number of spells, tracking capabilities, scrying, if they know who to look for, that is not hard to overlook either. Someone who has the resources to send someone like that, I am not judging out any I'm not ruling out scrying.
I still think it would be all in our best interest if we change course immediately.
Oh, thank you. That hadn't occurred to us. Right now, we're just recuperating and trying to find the best place. We obviously can't go to the nearest. I go to the captain now, just ignoring it. Like, we obviously can't go to the nearest port. They would be figuring on that.
Yes, I'm still waiting to find out who these people are mixed up with and who we're now mixed up with, because that's the most important thing to me right now.
Kaelwyn, who was the bad man that offered you safety for staying put?
I never met anyone. I met a representative. He was large. He had a scar on his cheek. His breath smelled really, really bad. He could use a shave. He never gave me a name.
Orc, Goliath, half-orc.
He was ugly. Non-elven. Maybe human. Maybe. I don't know. He wasn't an Eric Kokra.
Great, we narrowed that down. You are so useful. You're going to college on your daddy's money, aren't you? Sure as hell ain't no goddamn scholarship.
I was more worried about staying alive than providing an accurate description of the men trying to kill me.
I am so sad that I am still on the... I'm so sad that I'm still on the deck above you guys. I am not there right now. I wish I was.
Most people usually know details about their kidnappers, hostile or accommodating or otherwise.
I was distracted by my own peril.
I honestly don't think you know what real peril is, and I think this is the nearest. You didn't even know there was a dragon rider up topside, yet barely escaped the Goliaths that were there. You haven't had real peril. Okay.
Can you put me
after.
down now? I'm starting to... Boom. Oh!
I'm sorry. I'm gonna roll wisdom just to keep. Okay. Let's see if I. No, I rolled a roll. That's a 10. Nope.
The dragon, the thing, person. He's gone now, right? So we're safe.
He left of his own volition. That's actually more worrisome. He wasn't retreating out of fear.
Yeah, he left to go get his master.
He left to recuperate because he wasn't given enough information.
As you all are sitting here, you suddenly see one of the other guards go, excuse me, sure.
Yes?
If we're looking for somewhere to low, I may have a place.
Hmm.
So see, as this lady that I know, she's really nice, and we've been kind of zany to each other. But she has this little farm. It's on the very edge of the fading isles. It doesn't fade or nothing like that. Like it stays here. But she actually is a like a back arbor. There's like a tunnel. And you can go in, and then there's a little harbor that no one can see. So like we could rest there, and we get some food, and and maybe we could put a plan where we go next.
Jody, this sounds shady AF. Is this guy like... Is what he's describing, is this something what I would know? It sounds like some type of black market bad... like a pirate cove?
Tortuga. Is he taking us to Tortuga?
It's not a common thing for
Cloud Tuga.
Like in some of the finer houses and that, where they'll actually buy like their own island. It's not uncommon to have kind of a natural harbor.
Out in the boonies?
Yeah, I mean it's just a natural formation where you basically have a cave that you can sail into that's large enough for just a ship on your island somewhere. So again, it's not completely unknown. And again, wealthy people actually pay to have one of these built so they can leave their chosen property without people seeing. You sometimes see it in some of the larger cities for houses that are on the edge of the city will actually have a private dock. So it sounds like what he's describing is a private dock.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
I looked at the captain like, what choice do we have?
I agree.
The nearest port. They're going to check the nearest port.
I agree. You could be our trader, but
Set to the traitor on board. Oh. Well, I'm not the traitor. I like everyone here.
Bodyguard.
Well, everyone, but
sus.
I mean, this is a small one there. He's gonna mean.
I don't think he's smart enough to use the fence. Go topside. Tell Reggie.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go tell Reggie.
Well, I mean, the guy will give
the guy.
Okay. Give directions.
Got it.
Yeah.
Do you have a map? I need to know where we are so I can get us to where we're supposed to go.
I'm sure we have the normal maps.
Yeah, in the captain's quarters, she has a map for plotting.
Okay,
courses
so I'll take him
stuff.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just fall back up. The rest of you guards and Arthur are just like keep doing a great job keeping watch.
Yeah. I'm sorry we got mad at you guys, but we're not sorry that we're mad at your charge.
And Kelvin just kind of looks. Where's my apology?
You don't get one. You suck.
And using some basic navigation skills and everything, you guys do figure out that at this particular point, because of the Leviathan and the battle, you guys are a little off the course you originally set. But he shows you where the island is supposed to be. It looks to be a little south of Exelos. And yeah, as far as you can tell, there's nothing wrong with it. You think you can probably reach there in another 3 days. So, what would you all like to do?
I'm all for the farm. It's the best choice at this. Unless anyone else has any secrets up their sleeves of places they have friendly folk at.
No one around here. This place where we're going, is that I'm guessing like obviously it's out of the way because this dude knows about it. I think we would have heard about it. Where he points it on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like it's a questionable area, or is it like you said? Is this?
I mean, it's outside the Fading Isles, so it doesn't seem like it's an island you have to worry about waking up and it's not going to be there.
I'm worried about like more along the lines of like Reggie, like Tortuga.
The closer you get to the core, the less often you're going to find.
Guess I need to see. I need to take a look at the map to see the.
Exelos is one of the core cities. So being this close to the core, it's theoretically it could be a smuggling drop-off spot, but it could just as easily be just a little personal farm. It's a little far south.
South of Exelos. Okay, I got you.
Most farms are in the northern reaches. So it is a slightly odd place for a farm to be. But if it was someone coming from Exelos for whatever reason, again, it's not uncommon for people to kind of stake a claim on a small island and try to work it to live off of it. So your guess, 50-50 chance that this is something dangerous or exactly as he describes it.
Okay. Well, guess we're going to be going on there.
Head that way.
I whisper,
keep our wits about us.
I whisper, if it's marked on the thing, since this is an out-of-way spot, which I'm guessing isn't marked on most conventional maps, is it marked like...
Any a map with sufficient detail would have this little island on it. It's small. Think about a map of the Midwest is a perfect example of this. The further out you get, the less little townships you'll see. Think of this as
what I'm asking is this particular, like you were saying, township, is this particular one marked on a map? Or is it just like it's
probably
just a general mass that's not really identified?
This close to the core, there's very few islands that aren't at least mapped.
Okay.
Again, the further out you get, the more uncharted stuff you'll find. But here, again, you're only talking a few days south of Exelos.
Okay.
This would not be a place that's completely unknown. Like I said, the advantage to it is the private dock means anyone looking for the ship wouldn't be able to see it.
Okay. I do mark to Reggie like, hey, this might be a good place to memorize in case we need it in the future.
Reggie just kind of looks at the map and goes like, gotcha. Just spins the wheel and then aims it.
All right. You guys feel a slight lurch as the ship changes direction pretty significantly, and you continue on your way towards the island. For the next 2 days is looking to see. Words are hard for folks. Over the next 2 days.
Long rest, Reggie. Get your very valuable hit points back together.
Yes, please.
One of these days, you're actually going to get a turn.
I know.
I had a whole plan. I was going to try and dramatically, run up to the railing, leap off of it, and do, level 2 thunder wave right at this guy's face in midair.
Which would have been super cool.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Squish. So instead of him cutting you down early, your idea was to get up in front of him, point blank,
and then push him further away. And then I was going to use Bardic Inspiration on you.
Oh god, you're gonna have to get cut down so many more times before.
So, over the next couple days, you guys keep a relatively vigilant watch. And other than a few ships that you guys see on the horizon that don't seem to pay you too much mind, the Vale is relatively calm. You guys keep trying to figure out whatever it was you found in the Fading Isles, and nothing shows up. Eventually, you guys do come to, again, this kind of quaint little farmhouse. You can see a few crops planted in the distance, though from where you are, it's hard to tell what they are. And you do see an open dock right at the front that actually already has a ship even smaller than you guys. It seems to be mostly for transportation.
The guard that spoke up and gave us his location, what is his name?
His name is Corell.
Is he a human or is he one of the Genasi?
He's a Genasi.
Air Genasi. All right.
Yeah, the human is Arthur.
Oh, human's Arthur. Okay. So he gave the directions here. Okay, so should I asked Carell, should we be going to the back or?
Oh yeah, he's around here, and he kind of directs you as you guys are going. You see
what's your lady friend's name? We might need to know that.
You see this woman kind of coming out to see the ship that's approaching, and she watches the ship turns kind of sharply, and then you watch as Corell goes over. It's like, "Hi," and she's like, "Oh."
Okay, well, she's glad to see him. That's a good thing.
Oh
P.S.
my God, she's real.
I was like, I have a hot girlfriend. She's on the island of Canada. You don't know her.
Yeah, you guys never met her.
By the way, during those 2 days, it'd be like, we gotta look presentable to this person. Reggie, come here, and just like mending on where he's getting numerous cuts from his pseudo battle. I'm not sure we can count as a battle if you don't get a turn. Just like repairing him to make him presentable.
And Reggie has to like either sit down or bend over so Smegwick can reach him, and he just is like,
or you give me your change of clothes for like 15 minutes while I just do the world's quickest tailor alterations.
oh.
It's mending. Today's parlance, it would be like 3D printing.
Oh man, I am out of it.
So yeah, you guys, he kind of directs you around, and you guys see the edge of the island starts to get taller and taller, and you see kind of more kind of craggy rocks and things like that. And eventually, he has you guys basically driving straight towards what looks like a sheer wall. He's like, "Don't worry, you just keep going. It's not as hard as it looks."
Is it an illusion or?
I mean, it's not magic, but it's not real. You'll just
Spit wet.
Oh my god.
Go check this out. We do not need to be flying head first into a cliff.
And Spitwick flies out, and you watch him fly through what looks like the wall. And as you kind of focus, you see it's an optical illusion.
Like forced perspective, kind of.
There's reflective metals into the things, and this is the side of this thing. So when the lights hits it, it actually creates kind of a like a funhouse mirror kind of thing.
So light refraction at certain angles.
Yeah.
To hide it. Like that's
so yeah, there's no magic or anything. It's just naturally a hidden passage that again, once you get close enough, it's really easy to notice.
Flies
Wow, that's cool.
Flies back, and I tell Reggie, like, that's actually really cool. That would actually be really fortuitous if you were to run a less than reputable cargo run.
We'll mark it on the map.
Already done.
So you guys go in, and as you get in, you do see a pretty nice private dock. It's a little bit small for what you guys normally use, but you can get the ship in there without too much difficulty. As you extend the
It's like a private dock, you said.
yes,
Like those people in Florida have.
kind of. As you extend the gangplank and you kind of hop off to tie off the ship and everything, you see a rather rotund gentleman coming forward. He's wearing this really wide golden sash with a purple vest, and he's got this big, thick beard. All of his clothes are relatively brightly colored, and he comes over. He's like, "Who is at my dock?"
Okay, is this guy human or is he like
You're not entirely sure. If he is human, he's relatively short for human, and he's almost as wide as he is tall. So it's remarkably difficult to kind of pick his race out from as far away as you guys are.
I'm just gonna push the guard forward who said he knew the person here and be like,
Hello. Corell, who are these people you have brought to my dock? These are my friends. Well, they're not really friends. We hired them and they got in some trouble, so I brought them here. We just need to stay for just a little bit of time because people are looking for us.
to be clear, we did not get in trouble. His charge that he got on our ship got on trouble, so he's doing us a favor. I don't want you to think we're the problematic ones here.
And their charge and their trouble transgressed onto us. So.
And you see him kind of looking very sternly at all of you. And you see kind of this vibration start.
I think we're kind of like Reggie. We need to double team. We need to double team this guy to get hospitality, sir.
And as before you can speak, you see the kind of vibration morph to kind of a rumble, and you hear this kind of low guttural sound. It's like, Corell, you always bring me the most amazing, interesting people.
Even in conversation, I still don't get a turn.
Well, when you guys keep jumping over me and interrupting me in the middle of my descriptions, I have to keep going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he seems much brighter. He's like, hello, welcome to my private farmland and other things that I do. May I have your names?
To the captain first.
Captain.
Karen, I'm the captain here.
Wonderful, Captain Karen. And he goes into a deep of a bow. I am Gibden. My hospitality is second to none. You look tired. Please come to my home. I will have my daughter cook you a meal that will make you weep. In happiness. She's a very good cook. Come, you will tell me of your adventures.
Just one moment, good sir. I quickly run back up to the boat. I'm kind of there for like a full minute, and I come back out, and I brought my violin with me.
Music? Are you a musician?
Oh, I am one of the finest violin players in all the Vale, good sir, and it would be such a delight for me to perform for you as just a kind gesture of your hospitality.
Wonderful! Dinner and entertainment. I could not ask for a nicer night. Come, it is almost time for our midday meal. And he kind of turns around. You see him kind of scoop up Corell, and as he kind of grabs him, you see, as kind of short and rotund as this person is, he seems to be relatively strong because he almost lifts Corell off his feet. And they wander down the path to an opening that opens onto the wider ranch itself.
Follow.
Reggie follows too.
And as you guys all could come up, he eventually brings you to a relatively decent-sized ranch house. As you come in, you are immediately assaulted with the scent of very rich food. You can smell bread baking with butter in the air. You smell something sweet that you can't quite pinpoint what it is. And then there are savory flavors coming out that are almost indescribable with just how many different flavors and scents are all mixed together.
I wish that I did not die on that boat, because this smells like heaven.
I always tell why Table is
Hey, Spitty, it's been forever cooped up on that ship. Why don't you go stretch your wings, pal? Why don't you'll come back? When I call for you, it's very well trained. Don't worry. Go on.
I'm just like, get the layout of this place, Spitty. I want to know what this place looks like. This guy seems to be running something on the side. I'm very interested in what's going on here.
And as you all are brought into what looks like a dining room, you see a relatively large table there. You see a place setting for each one of you, and in the center of the table is fresh fruits. You can see pictures of some liquid that looks to be chilled. And as you guys are all kind of standing there, the woman you saw on the dock before, as you were coming to the property, comes in with two rather heaping trays of one with some sort of bread and baked goods, and the other one with what looks maybe like a casserole or something similar to it. And she comes in, she puts them down, and you see her go, Corell! Ah! And she runs over and she gets him in a big bear hug. And again, she's not a petite woman by any measure, but she is relatively she's short, like her father, though she's not quite as heavy set, and it's much easier to notice that she is most definitely a dwarf. And she picks up Corell and kind of rings him around. She's like, "Oh, it's so nice to see you. It's been months. You said you were going to come back last month. It was my birthday and you forgot it." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't forget it." And you see him kind of digging around in his pockets, and he brings out a little he brings out a little box and he gives it to her. She's like, "Oh, present!" And she opens it up, and inside is this little kind of strange, almost clockwork-looking device. She's like, "Oh, it's so pretty! I'll put it on the mantle." And she runs over, and you can see there's this rather exquisite collection of these small, like, little clockwork-looking animals and ships and other things. They're all no larger than a few inches, but she seems to collect these things.
Just to kind of help this guy out a little bit, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to kind of give that little latest gif he gave her, like, just a couple little extra little sparkles to it, just to kind of make it a little extra shiny.
Aww.
And she kind of puts it down. She sees the shine, and she's like, "So wonderful." So, is this your new crew? I thought your contract with the Marines didn't expire for another 4 months. No, see, I'll let them explain. She's the captain.
Carefully.
Sure. Well, He's a Marine, and he's watching this guy, and they hired us to take them somewhere, and it hasn't gone well.
Lovely. Well, dinner's served, I guess? Yes, join me at my dinner table. I guarantee this will be the finest meal you will have all year. Until the next time you have my daughter's cooking.
I do not doubt it, sir. I was not. Do you have a direct line to Borlopolis? This is amazing spread.
Oh
That's
no,
the best meal.
most of this is grown right here.
All
And-
of this?
Well, most. There are a few things. There are a few uninhabited islands within a day's journey of here where we can hunt for wild game and things like that. Traders could come through every so often giving us spices and other fine things like that. I must say, when I purchased this land, it was by far the best purchase I've ever made.
Are we sitting down as we're getting set up right now?
Sure.
Or are we? A couple things. I like. Oh, this is exquisite, interesting. Oh, clumsy me.
My.
And immediately as I step down, I'm like, oh, I tend to have dropped something, and I'll pull something out, like I'll drop a flask on the ground, and I'm like, and I'm checking in with Spitwit because I'm just like, what is this place? Spitwit knows where to go, all the interesting places. What is Spitwit finding for me?
You get back this kind of.
'Cause I can see through his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are closed right now. You get this feeling of warmth. You get this feeling of contentment. And as he kind of opens his eyes, he is curled up next to a fire on a very comfortable cushion. It seems to be there.
Sunbathing.
On a cushion?
What a good little pseudo dragon.
In Draconic, I go useless. I woke
You
up. I was like,
get this emotion
bless
back
you, dear
of.
friend.
You get this emotion
no, I know.
back.
Spitwit gives me the simple image of.
But he only has like 3 toes on each hand, so it's like.
It's a familiar. So he's like, he is my familiar. He's only like.
Oh, he just thinks the image of a bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do I physically see Spitwick guy crawled up?
Spitwick's in technically Spitwick's in the kitchen, which is the closest
so
place
I
with the
don't see
caire. Yeah. As soon as
I get back up.
Smegwick came in, Smegwick sent him off to reconnoiter, and Spitwick found probably the most valuable thing in the house.
What?
The most comfortable place to rest.
Take my. Oh, God, I hope they cook you up, you useless.
Oh, come on.
And
Anyway, look at the spread.
so, tell me, what amazing the things have you seen on your journeys? It's been so long since I have sailed the Vale for any long period of the time. My small cargo vessel there barely makes it to Exelos and back.
If I may be too presumptive, Captain, I think before we get into too much into details here, we seem to be at a crucial moment. We would love to tell you some of the various stories we had. We have one about a veil serpent, if you'd like to hear that. Do you have any ability to perhaps negate intrusive magics, such as scrying? Say if someone were to, and I look at Kale when looking for someone that does not wish to be found.
Kale seems oblivious as he is just like elbows
Shoving
deep
his
in
face,
the food.
yeah.
He goes, well, of course my private dock has been enchanted by the finest wizards in
The loudest sigh from
sovereignty.
everyone.
No
Wine
one
glass.
will find your ship there.
Grab a wine glass. Oh, yeah. Okay, double serving, please. Oh, God.
And as it touches your lips, it is ice cold, but incredibly refreshing chilled wine.
Well, now, I do believe that it is time for me to show my gratitude for your wonderful hospitality. I get up and I open my case and I pull out my red violin, kind of just stretch my hand a little bit, and
Eat well, you useless lizard. You got a break.
and then I just start to play like a very nice melody, like in the background for everyone in the room.
All right. So as you guys watch as Reggie sits there playing, it's truly amazing to watch a master at work. The playing itself looks effortless. Like as he brings up the bows, like the bow barely touches the string before you start hearing this amazing music. And as he does it, you can see him making eye contact with people. He plays the instrument almost as an afterthought to everything else he's doing. And no matter what comical thing or serious thing he does, the music never stops playing. He never lets it lapse for a second. And the whole presentation in itself is more than just a song. It is an entire performance. As you all start feeling the food coma slowly taking over, as you have very...
I'm Seamus Finnegan. I'm double-fisted drumsticks. I'm just...
you can feel your bellies very, very full. You see the daughter starting to clean up stuff. You also see Corel start picking stuff up as well and start carting it back off to the kitchen.
Like I'm heavy-lidded now. My compliments to the chef.
We have guest rooms for people that come by to visit, though unfortunately we are not quite used to entertaining so many. A few of you may have to share a room, but the captain will of course get her own room.
Thank you, sir.
I really do appreciate it.
As wonderful as this meal has been and that wonderful performance was, I do have duties I must take care of. Feel free to enjoy the grounds yourself with the rather large midday meal we have had.
Oh, right, this is just lunch. I thought this was dinner this entire time.
Yeah, I had the mental image of dinner because I'm like,
Well,
it's wine o'clock. It's wine o'clock somewhere.
as he continues, if you do grow hungry before you go off to sleep for the night, simply request my daughter to whip you up something light to sleep to. Otherwise, have a wonderful night, and hopefully I will see you again in the morning.
Mr. Gibden, it was an absolute honor, and as well as a pleasure with your daughter, the effervescent.
Kira is her name.
Kira.
Just as
Yes.
planned.
If only you could have seen her mother, the most beautiful woman in existence.
Is there like a family portrait? Is this lady with a huge beard?
No, you actually, throughout the entire house, you don't see any photos, portraits, nothing.
I'm sure she must have been a beauty to behold, just like her daughter.
Well, with that, I retire. And he makes another low bow, and you watch him walk through another door that closes behind him without any touch or anything. It just automatically closes.
Lovely meal. Spitty!
You
Get
hear
back here.
this kind of scratching sound as you watch the door to the kitchen open as this Spitwig kind of drags his heaping belly across the floor.
I was about to yeah.
You see, you can actually hear
Oh,
him
look.
purring from across the room.
Too fat to fly, you little. Oh God!
As soon as you pick him up, he kind of curls around your arm a little bit, and just you see him.
A giant balloon on one part.
Yep, he's just looking for something's just the slightest bit of comfort, and he immediately falls asleep again.
Oh, well, now, isn't that precious?
You're literally stuffed with turkey. God, did you unhinge your jaw?
That's
And I'm just thinking,
cute.
can pseudo dragons unhinge that jaw? And I'm just kind of like getting a closer look at the mouth.
Apparently this one can. God!
Got a 9 strength. I'm just like,
Is
Nope,
Kira
nope.
still there, or did she leave too?
She and Coral went into the kitchen to finish cleaning up.
Well, maybe a constitutional about the grounds.
I do believe a walk
Well,
around the
this
grounds.
has been just the most amazing thing ever. I'm going to go to my room and relax.
That sounds great.
And you watch him kind of get up. Well, who's going to show me to my room?
I
Where's
look
that?
at I look at the guards and it's like, he's your problem.
Yeah.
And Arthur comes over. Come on. And you watch him just kind of drag him into one of the... You hear through a door. Sharing a room again? This
I'm
is
gonna kill him.
preposterous.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
We can just bring him over to the edge of the island. I just thunder wave the back of his head. No one will know.
We need to get paid. We need to get paid. The ship needs repairs.
Money,
The ship
money.
needs repairs. I need to get more things to summon Spitwit in case
I need to get some thicker leather armor underneath my clothes.
You need a complete blood transfusion or something with better constitution.
Do I even have blood anymore? How am I even alive?
Do I have blood? I would love a long rest because I am not doing well.
Well, we had 2 days on the ship, but I would submit that like there's nothing like getting.
Oh, have we? Oh,
Yeah. So you guys
We-
have effectively had a long rest.
Oh,
But,
good.
there, but there's nothing like getting a long rest that's not in an RV.
Yeah. I mean, you have nice quarters. They're nothing compared to the luxury here. Eventually, Corel comes out and he's like, "Here, I'll show you the guest rooms." And one of them is very nice. It's got its own wash basin, a nice big 4-post bed with curtains and all these things, and that's the room for the captain. And then he goes to another one, and it's a slightly larger room, but it has three beds in it. He's like, a gentleman can also stay here. And then he takes Owie
He's ready to sleep.
to another almost identical room with another 3 beds, and the ladies can stay in here.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, have fun. I'll be in another room. It's not these rooms.
Hey, lover boy, remember something. You're still on the clock. That's
No.
our paycheck.
He knows.
I know. I'm just like, just to remind you in case you like catch your time later.
I don't.
We all get in trouble in case something happens to Kaelin.
I'm not particularly fond of you. And then he
He
walks
gets that a
away.
lot.
I get gold in my pocket. I'll be a lot more amenable to you too.
Can I turn to Smedrick and be like, can you just try to get along?
I am worried about these guards. Didn't notice a friggin' dragon fly by. I want them keeping an eye on Kaelin, or else we are all in trouble.
I was
Hey.
unconscious on the same deck, and I knew the dragon was there. How could they miss it?
Yeah, that is a little suspicious.
Or they're just...
Dumb.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do we even know that these people actually are gods and not just random people this guy had and just put armor on them?
I was going to ask in regards to Smegwick's very brief time if these guys. Arthur definitely seemed to give off more of a military vibe.
Oh, they all
By the book
reek.
protocol.
They all reek military. The two, Corell and the other guard that you haven't actually learned their name, to you are obviously in the listed, especially since he talked about his contract being up. So this is soon a really common conversation for the enlisted to talk about when they're actually done. Arthur is obviously an officer.
Career man.
But beyond that, you don't know. None of them are wearing any insignia or anything that would indicate that they were military.
It's like cops being undercover.
They're basically in civilian clothing, is what it is.
It's got, yeah.
Hey,
Their
who wants to sell
weapons.
some drugs?
Their weapons are military issue, but again, they're swords. So civilians can get similar quality weapons.
I'm just imagining these guys being undercover, and they're still wearing like aviator shades. They have the Wilford Brimley police issue mustache.
Yeah, no, not quite that bad. But they obviously are not used to working outside of the military. Like they're still behaving in a very hierarchical structure. Like the two lower guards always look to the commanding officer for what they're supposed to do. So anyone with knowledge of the military, they stick out like a sore thumb. But they're not broadcasting, with their bars on their shoulders or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. Anything else you guys want to do before you hit the hay? You have effectively you have it's probably like 4 or 5 in the afternoon now. So you guys could kind of wander around the premises if you want.
Smegwick would most definitely like to wander the grounds.
Same. I'm here to explore, man. I want to see the world. This is new.
Well, this is also in regards to what Gibden said was he had various other interests as well. So I'm kind of wondering, and also just to point out, I am very grateful for the anti-scrying capability. People who have that tend to have very interesting lives. So I would definitely be interested in what sticks out to Smegwick as he investigates.
As far as the
combinations.
grounds themselves, there's not again the lands themselves are maybe an acre to tops. Like it's not a very large island. But as you go around, you do see some grapevines in part of it. Obviously, they can make their own wine. Though this, due to the fact that there's not really seasons in the plane of air, everything can be grown year round. But from the state of the grapes you see, you're relatively certain anything you were drinking today probably wasn't grown here.
Yeah.
There's also a fairly large vegetable garden with everything from like gourds and squash and things like that up to lettuce, cabbage, tomatoes, like just a really, really nice, large, fresh garden.
Lush and verdant, plentiful, but yet very small in regards to actual real estate for such very fancy accommodations. Looked at Reggie if he's by me. Like, this guy's hooked up in some way.
Oh, he's definitely got some connections. There's no way an island this tiny can be this profitable.
So be nicer to him, and maybe we can get on his good side and work with him.
I've been nothing but appreciative of this man. This guy's got it hooked up. This is my future goal. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Private island, away from literally everyone.
Not too bad.
As you wander the small island, you do see off in the distance some relatively large ships traveling.
Oh, Captain! Idea! This guy has his own private dock. Maybe he might have shipwrights available. The ship did take a little bit of a rough sail with that veil serpent.
Me as player does not know what that means. Shipwrights? What is that?
A
Someone to
shipwright is a
fix
person.
the ship.
Oh. Okay.
I will say it is not a dry dock.
It's going to take a dry dock repair.
To fix the hull that far down, you're gonna need a dry dock. It's not extensive work. It's just below the veil line. So, in order to actually do the work, you have to get the ship out of the veil.
Okay, so I'll take like a major city kind of, or someplace
just
like
somewhere somewhere that's designed to repair ships. Obviously, every major city will have that, but you will also have repair facilities in quite a few different places. Again, the entire sovereignty survives on ship to travel, so there's quite a few places if a ship gets broken to get it fixed.
We'll probably have to wait till after the drop off then.
Yeah.
If we need to get out quick, we don't need the ship being repaired then. So anyway, these are lovely abodes. And when we're out of earshot, okay, simple cards on the table here. Kael'wyn's an idiot, but I don't think he's a liar in this case. I think he left out crucial details.
Oh yeah, this guy's way too afraid to lie to us, especially with the kind of people that we are. But there's more to this situation.
I don't think he's competent enough to lie to us. The man said the man pretended he was a sous chef from Baltimore.
What's a Baltimore?
Oh, it's this little out of the way place in the. It's a.
Are you speaking Draconic?
No, I'm speaking Draconic.
Well then.
So I don't think he's competent enough to lie to us, but I don't think he's. I think that he basically, this idiot fell into some. I believe the story about someone is up for trial. His dad's a magistrate. I'm inclined to believe that. So there's a glimmer of hope that I'm thinking that our payday is possible. Arthur doesn't strike me as the kind of I think Arthur's a little bit more competent to be a liar, but I don't think he's competent enough to. The guys, they reek of the Marines.
I'm inclined to agree.
The real question is, if they're not willing to lie to us, the question still remains: do they know more than they let on?
Yeah, it sure seems so.
They rescued him. They got enough intel to do that. They weren't aware of.
Wait a minute.
Dragon Rider with a punchable face, and
Wait.
they weren't ready.
What you just said. You said they had enough intel to rescue him.
If you ask enough questions, you know how to get. It's quite possible. I wouldn't put it past that they would be able to do a rescue op. I believe that. It's quite possible. I don't. Those guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're. I think they're capable of rescuing. I don't think they're. They don't strike me as the elite creme de la creme.
They really don't.
But he keeps them around just in case, so he clearly trusts them enough. And
If
that's when you
if you're desperate enough for protection, you'll keep even the most incompetent god around.
and that's when you see Reggie smile a tiny bit. He just kind of looks around for a moment. Aside from the
Reggie,
four of us,
what are you planning?
aside from the four of us here, are there any other people around?
At this particular time, no. You guys are out on the grounds.
Before their eyes, I cast Disguise Self to make myself look like one of Kaelwyn's guards.
Ooh.
If he is not willing to give us those details, then he might be willing to give those details to one of his own people.
That's great. You better hope that
I
Carell
wish
was
you
making
luck.
time. You better hope that Carell's making time with Kira right now. Otherwise, they're going to wonder where the extra guard came from.
Oh, you just leave that little thing to me.
How long does it last?
Just don't piss off Gibden or Kira.
And with that, I turn right around. Do we know where Kaelin is? Is he did he wander off, or did he go straight to his room?
He was led to his room by Arthur and was rather upset with the fact that he didn't have a private room.
Oh. All right. With that, I now turn right around and I head back into the manor. And I'm going to see if I can try to find his room.
All right.
You get us kicked out of here. You're my mortal enemy.
So as you start looking for him,
Wait, before that, I just call out. I just say out, "Wouldn't be the first time."
and that is actually where we are going to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
Just before Reggie gets in trouble. Awesome.
It's good to know you have such high opinions of your ally. Thank you to everyone that just showed up. If you missed any of this episode, or you want to see the previous ones, I do upload all of them to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. Be sure to check it out there. And check out the other stuff I do. If you are watching this on YouTube, come by and watch it live. You can earn some TJ tails, and you can help the cast themselves, or even insert NPCs or boss encounters, other kind of cool stuff.
Helpful NPCs. Helpful.
Actually become a part of the campaign yourself. For those of you that are in chat right now, I have just linked everybody's Twitter and the streams. So if you want to follow these guys on Twitch, I know Dayan streams 4 or 5 times a week?
4 times a week.
4 times a week?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
And Evan does at least 2, I think.
I only have one stream, and it's every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. However, these next couple weeks may be a little more up in the air because I am in the process of moving into a new place.
Woo,
Even more fun. Everybody's moving right now.
I know.
It is just...
I know several people too.
So yeah, to check out all that stuff. Otherwise, that's all for being late, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye bye.